it's only just in this condition here that they struggle.
Well, and on evidence of this half a day so far, it's really only the short ball where they've shown signs of really struggling. Very compact, with anything full and anything with width, they've capitalised. Another example there, it's firmly punched back to the bowler.
And the thing is, you trying to train for it, wet cement pitches where they're attacking them with the bowling machine, or even with the wangers that they have now with the short pitch stuff to try and get used to that extra pace. It still doesn't ripen you for the match scenario out in the middle when you're under pressure. Because you actually know that it's coming and you're already on the back foot, and you're already halfway through your motion of ducking and weaving or playing the pull shot. So it is not really having a true effect of a match scenario. Yep. So they've got to have that match practice.
And that's where this particular game, 3-day match, day-nighter here, we're under lights already. There's still a lot of sunshine around, but the lights are on. Of course, the second test of this series is under lights at Adelaide. And there'll be another day-night test here against New Zealand. Nicely done over his arm.
Well, that Adelaide test is, I think there's going to be a more even contest. Not as much bounce there. And both teams will have brilliant bowling attacks, which will utilise that swinging ball later on in the evening. So it's going to be an exciting contest.
Richardson back on the field. He did leave down into the change rooms quickly in between overs. Just been told he had a little issue with one of his shoes, a footwear blowout. But he's back at the top of his mark to resume this battle. He's following the lead of Riley Meredith. He's bowling short. He's got two men back. He's got a short leg in, a third man in play. He's bowling to Shafiq. That's well played. Hoggy, I'll just go back to that spinning question, the fact that the selectors, and I agree wholeheartedly with you, a 3-day day-night tour match at Perth Stadium is probably not a huge, and particularly with no spot in the test team at the moment, with Nathan Lyon firmly entrenched there, for a spin bowler to be playing in, you would think in the first two tests of the summer, the Gabba and Adelaide Oval, Lyon will do the job there. So I agree that there was probably no need to bring someone here at the expense of a Shield game. But a question for you, because I played alongside you in a few, and you played a number of Australia A games. The approach and mindset for bowlers in this scenario, there's been all the focus on the batting holes to be filled out of this game for the test team, but for the bowlers, do you bowl? Is it challenging to bowl sort of searching for a win in a game like this, or are you bowling for personal results that might then project you in front of the selector's name even further? It must be a tough challenge.
Well, it's a hard one. This particular fixture here, they're playing for places. They're not actually playing for the win as such. And the bowlers will be making sure that they're the next ones that are thrown up in the selector's eyes. So someone like a Nessa, he'll be waiting in the wings if something happens to Hazelwood, and hopefully nothing happens to Hazelwood. But you'll be looking at the structure of the Australian team. Where do I fit in? I'm not going to replace Stark or Cummins. I'm going to be replacing Hazelwood if you're a Nessa, but Jai Richardson would be looking at that. So it's more about getting that personal performance on the board, but it's also an opportunity to bowl against a world-class batsman, international batsman, and it's different than playing Shield cricket. So with these fast bowlers, Meredith has already shown that he's got the pace, he's got the short pitch delivery that's hostile and troubles the opposition batsman. So that's a plus for him moving forward. But he's got to get the other skills right. When do I actually bowl it? Could have I used my Yorker or fuller delivery to try and get an LBW out certain aspects? So for someone like Meredith, he's learning from it. He'll go back to Tasmania and talk with Griffith and grow with that.
Well, as you mentioned the name Riley Meredith, he's gone from mid on out into the deep. So 3 men out in the deep on the leg side to Bubba Azam. Short again, and he hits it along the ground. Pretty well controlled, and Meredith picks up. Score moves to 164.
Just the way that Bubba Azam just played that shot, he's waiting for the short ball, so it's been telegraphed a little too much. He just played that comfortably, so I think they've just got to go back to tight, and use a short ball sparingly as a surprise delivery.
Yeah, they've done enough, haven't they, to survive. And it's not just a tricky period of short pitch bowling, it's a tricky period of the shadow, just right across the pitch there. You can see here at Perth Stadium, 3 for 164, partnership up to 105, and another over or so. That wicket will be fully in the shadows and the lights will truly start to take effect. Time around 4:50 local time here in Perth.
Just attacking with a short pitch bowling as well. Yes, it's the first day. You've got 90 overs, you've got 4 fast bowlers. Just looks so compact, along with Shafiq, really putting a good partnership together. Good shot square off the wicket, and also just superb straight driving. Anything that's full, anything that's wide, they're really capitalising on it, but they're having trouble when the ball is short and out the body, and they've got to try them. So what that's telling me is, yeah, we've got hope for you, young kid, but
Not yet.
not yet. You need a lot of work. So what's he there for? Because he's not developing in the nets. He's not getting that game situation. Going over there on the Australian A tours, that's where he develops in those conditions. Or going over there for a quick camp, a week camp that Cricket Australia do every now and then with spin, going to Sri Lanka or India. Fortnight camp.
It hurt you, that decision, as a spin bowler, didn't it? Steve O'Keefe going over and taking Schwepps's spot.
No, well, look,
The second time you mentioned it in the last hour, but anyway.
Oh, yeah,
all
but
good.
but Stephen O'Keefe was the right man for the job because he undercuts the ball. He's perfect for those conditions. He should have been over there on the tour before Swepson, but what I'm saying is Swepson developed them.
I hear you, mate.
Yeah.
And good
No,
on
it
you
doesn't
for
hurt me.
sticking up for the spin bowling club. Nice little over there from Travis Head. Just a single from it.
Glug, old Stephen O'Keefe. Cost him on that true till a little bit later.
But it's pace on. Richardson's been really impressive today. Operating still 3 out in the deep. Just starting to do exactly that. Bubba Azam, duck and weave, and just a little bit less interested in trying to score runs from it. We did see a pull shot in the previous over. Pretty well controlled.
Well, Bubba Azam's playing the short bowling a lot better than Shafiq at the moment, so that's a plus for Pakistan moving forward. I think when you go to the subcontinent too, it's you pick the right squad to go. So yes, Nathan Lyon's the pick of the bowlers, and he's developed in those subcontinent regions, but because he's more of an over spinner rather than a side spinner, it's probably not your first choice option. If you go back a couple of years ago, you'd go with someone like a Stephen O'Keefe or even a Michael Beer in those conditions, because they're very similar to a Jadeja, not as much overspin.
Meredith up now to mid-on, so 2 back. It's a long half volley. Richardson throws his head back in disgust at himself, building up nice pressure, and then he just went full. Babar Azam says thank you very much.
And after that shot, he had the deep forward square up in mid-wicket. So after that shot, he's pushed the mid-wicket back out to deep square. Slightly over-pitched wide.
Just watch the reaction here of Richardson. Plenty of energy, plenty of effort going into this spell. Jai Richardson.
Well, one thing I like about the two fast bowlers or the express bowlers, Richardson and Meredith, they're always going to come in 100%. Their pace does not drop off throughout the day. Meredith's been brought back in to a mid-wicket.
Yeah, now going around the wicket. Richardson, so he's going to take his second slip out into that leg gully position you would expect. The deep man who's just right of screen, you can't quite see him. He has to come in front of square leg, can only have the two behind square.
Got to be full and wide. Feed your first slip here.
No ball is the call from square leg. That's based on being over the batsman's head.
See, you've got the gaps out there through the covers. They're already on the back foot. From this particular region, what do you reckon about going wider and fuller and just trying to create a bit of a slash outside off stump?
The reverse Malach. Oh, into Bancroft.
I can't believe that he loves it in there. Didn't even move.
Into his chest, was it?
Yeah.
Just a single to close out Richardson's 15th over. He has none for 33. Pakistan after their 48th over, 3 for 171. Time for a change in voices. Mike Hussey and Adam Peacock.
Cheers, Gilly. Mike Hussey's here. And still, Babar Azam and Asad Shafiq seem to have weathered the storm, and it was a storm, especially from this the members' end from Riley Meredith, but Travis Head still operating from the Langer end. Is that a relief of pressure somewhat for the duo that Wilder-Willows still in the middle?
Yeah, you're right. I think the Pakistan batsmen have worn them down well. They've copped a barrage of bounces, and it's an awkward period at the moment as well. They've probably just weathered that storm as well. When the shadow of the stands comes across the pitch, it can be, the light's just not as clear as it is earlier in the day, not as consistent. So now that the shadow's gone right across the pitch, at least the light will be a bit more consistent, and the artificial lights will take over. But yeah, they've worn the fast bowlers down one by one. Managed to get through some tough periods, but also got through that tricky little twilight period.
Yeah, it couldn't have been fun with those. It's like an extended fork across the pitch with the top of the lights, the top of the stand where the lights are. It's tucked away. Bancroft doing his best in there, not close, but Babar Azam just ticks it over to 67.
Yeah, the Australia A team just desperate to try and find a breakthrough somehow. Pretty much tried everything. Tried bowling full deliveries and attacking the stumps. They've gone to a lot of short stuff, possibly overdone the short stuff a little bit as well. Had men back on the hook. Now trying to eke one out with Travis Head, who's doing a decent job here with the ball.
entry for 174. Everyone had the weekend off over here, grade cricket-wise and junior cricket with the weather.
No way, mate. They're tough as nails over here. Everyone.
I heard Gilly on Friday night on the T20 say that the cricket got called off because it was 41 degrees on Saturday. They went ahead, did it? Oh, they were threatening.
No, I think it all took place.
Your kids out there?
We played on a Saturday morning, yes. It was pretty hot. But there was a bit of a strong easterly, so it made it bearable. But certainly the seniors, they would have been playing in the heat of the day, over 40 degrees at one stage in the game there. So, they earn a couple of quiet drinks at the end of that day, I would have thought.
Yeah, good times. Michael Nisa with the rock. It's something that you're used to over here. We get a few of those, I dare say.
Character building sport, cricket, they say.
Especially in Perth in the middle of January.
Oh, if you're a fast bowler and have to charge in all day on a flat batting pitch, 40 odd degrees, it's a tough sport to be involved in.
You're coaching, are you?
I was actually stand-in coach, yes, on Saturday morning, which was good fun.
Which means umpiring as well.
I delegated the umpiring duties.
Okay, I was going to say any dodgy decisions.
But funny enough, well, not funny, we did have a visitor on the field while we were playing our game. We had a 2-metre snake decide to wander across the outfield. We had poor kid fielding it down at fine leg, came charging in calling, "Snake!" So the game stopped for a good 15-20 minutes while this snake just meandered its way across the outfield and into the bush on the other side.
Harmless python or...
I think it was a dugite, which they're generally quite a placid snake, as opposed to the tiger snakes, which can be a little bit aggressive if they're provoked.
It's one that's sent away. It's split the fielders out there. Fantastic shot from Babar Azam. Got over the top of that one, so it was minimised the risk and got the reward.
Yeah, beautiful execution of the hook shot here from Babar Azam. And this is just not quite as quick, and he didn't get it high enough. Needed to be above the head or right at the badge of that helmet, but it was sort of shoulder height, and Babar has easily dispatched that backward a square.
Yeah, big hello to any visitors out here listening on the Cricket Australia app or Fox Cricket from the British Isles. If you're wondering, it's not a usual thing on a Saturday morning for snakes to go across the...
Well, it's the first time I've ever seen it.
Yeah. It's part of everyday life here in Australia. Spiders, snakes.
It's amazing how much the English hate spiders. Those tiny little...
There for Nisa. That was what he was doing regularly in his opening spell today. He was just getting a little bit of purchase off the pitch, and his line was terrific. And that one, Babar Azam, although it didn't move much, certainly made him question what he did with it.
Yeah, when he lives there, that's where he gets most of his success, because he has got good control and he stands the seam up nice and high, so if he gets it in that right spot, if he can just nip either way.
In a tight line, it's 3 for 178.
And he's a good athlete too, so he'll keep running in hard. He's fit and strong. He'll bowl his heart out all day.
He's been good in Shield cricket so far for Queensland this season. 7 wickets in the match against South Australia, another 5 against New South Wales, and 3 against WA. So